Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial that explains how you can retain German citizenship in case you're planning on basically getting a new citizenship. So this is my English speaking tutorial, or my English tutorial for those folks that didn't grow up in Germany. You may have a German passport as a result of your parent being German. And now you were wondering of getting Canadian, US, Australian, or any other citizenship, and you kind of learned about the whole restriction that Germany has with having two citizenships or like dual citizenships. So first of all, don't get yourself a lawyer. I found that those are usually useless. There's a it's a quite simple process how to deal with it, and secondly, it is very simple, and there's no rocket science behind what you would have to do to deal with the whole thing. Okay, so I have here the website of the German authority that deals with that. It's the Bundesverwaltungsamt. I'm not sure if they have actually they do have an English site, and the Bundesverwaltungsamt is basically in charge of dealing with applications to retain German citizenships and basically to deal with dual citizenship. So if you read their websites, they basically say that unless it is a European Union state, you basically it's quite restricted to deal with dual citizenship. And that is kind of your issue, right? Because you're not you don't want to get the Austrian or Italian citizenship. So basically what most people don't know is that there is actually a process to apply for retention of German citizenship and basically getting another citizenship. And that process is quite straightforward. So I have on my website here, doppelpass.org, actually deals with the whole topic. So basically, underneath this video you'll see a link to the Bundesverwaltungsamt where you can actually download the application kit. That it's quite straightforward. And typically, there's kind of one crux in the whole thing, and that is basically what I would like to talk about today. So what it really comes down to is basically there's two conditions that have to be in place with your application, and you have to kind of prove that. So on the one hand, you have to demonstrate concrete reasons why you have a concrete advantage of accepting the new citizenship. What that means is, for me, I have dual citizenship. I went through the process. I'm in Canada, and I used to be traveling to the U.S. quite a bit for my work. And what happened was that I got stuck at the border. Germans always had to kind of fill out that extra paperwork, and you get pulled out. You get pulled out of your group if you're traveling with colleagues, and basically it is a concrete disadvantage for me, to deal with that, especially when I'm traveling frequently. So what that means is you basically have to explain how it is a concrete advantage for you to accept or to get that additional citizenship, and that could be for work, right? So if you're traveling a lot and there's especially entering the U.S., it is quite associated with paperwork, and you could miss meetings, you could miss a flight, and that basically demonstrates a reason why you have a concrete advantage of having the Canadian citizenship, because Canadians and Americans with Mexicans, they have an NAFTA agreement, and you can very easily travel. Another reason that I'm aware of would, for example, be like if you're working in the IT industry, it would be access to high security perimeters. Like if you're going to some government agency data center and you need to perform tasks in that data center, you'll actually find out that foreign nationals actually will have a concrete disadvantage, and they may not be let in, or only you will be let in with somebody that kind of comes with you. So that is another concrete disadvantage. Also, and you would have to look that up, I only know it for Canada right now, there is actually certain jobs where it's specified that, besides veterans, citizens will be preferred. Those are kind of public jobs. So if you're in that kind of field, you're actually going to be impacted concretely by not having that citizenship. So that's the first part that I describe here. It's basically concretely you have to demonstrate why it is a concrete advantage for you to accept that new citizenship. Okay. This is important that you have evidence, like a letter from your employer would be a good idea, or other third-party issued documents. So if you just make it up, it's not going to fly. And I'll explain why in a little bit. So the second reason that has to be in place, the second condition that has to be in place at the same time is basically you have to explain why you're going to have a concrete disadvantage losing the German citizenship, okay? And that's also a tricky one. So what I have seen is being successful is, for example, demonstration that you have ties to Germany. Like, you have evidence and like receipts for, recent visits, flight passes, receipts for flights, so that you can demonstrate that you have ties to Germany and you're going, you have family there, you can demonstrate that, or friends. The other thing is participation in German cultural life, right? If you're, for example, a member of a club or association in Germany and you're an active member and participating, this, this ties into why you don't want to lose that citizenship, because you're a German and, you're participating in that culture. And obviously, probably not applicable for you, but if you have worked in Germany before, you probably have access to pension, and for that reason you don't want to give it up anyways. So that's really the crux that it comes down to. I do actually have a couple of anonymized applications that were actually accepted by the Bundesverwaltungsamt, and you can download those here in this premium area. It's a PDF, 27 and 28 pages each, where you have a full basic application kit that's filled out with all the information. Obviously, you wanna use your own arguments and examples. You don't want to lie. And the reason why I'm saying that is that typically, and it depends from country to country, but once you're done completing your application form, you actually would have to go to the German embassy or consulate in your country, make an appointment, drop off the package, and then they're going to actually interview you about your package. Okay, so what that means is don't lie, don't put anything in there that's not truthful, don't go to a lawyer because they're going to put something in that's not going to be typically correct, because you actually you're going to be asked about it in person, right? So what happens with your application package is that the embassy or consulate staff, they actually they provide recommendation to the Bundesverwaltungsamt when they forward your package, and typically that Bundesverwaltungsamt is actually going to follow the recommendation of the staff of the embassy. So that's why it's important that you know your story, things make sense, and you're not lying. Okay, so this is basically my website here, where you would find everything that you require. There's, as I mentioned, 2 premium downloads where you can download an original accepted application for dual citizenship retention for the German citizenship. Anyways, thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.